That is the way forward.
Self-styled business bad boy, Saeed Ahmed.
This is us v them, right? Win or lose.
You're not a detail man, are you?
If you're after a top performer, you're looking at a top performer. I come from a very, very hard-working background. I grew up in East London. I've learned life the hard way. You've got to be dynamic and you've got to lead from the front.
I was under the impression that Saeed had a huge amount of restaurant experience.
I mean, myself personally, I've got eight years previous experience managing and actually working and doing service, waiting as a waiter.
Yeah, I reckon an expert in catering, maybe he was a waiter once in a restaurant, but certainly no expert in catering. But again, if he walked into a restaurant and knew somebody worked there, he'd say, I'd run a restaurant. He's that kind of guy.
I just had this impression from what he was saying that this was his area.
You trust everyone until they disappoint you, and with Saeed, that's what we did.
It's crucial, with my experience, that you and we get along like music. That's the most important thing. Communication has to flow.
When you don't know team members, you've got to take what people are saying as true. I thought we had the makings for a great performance.
We need 100 chickens, we need 30 kilos of minced beef, and we need 45 kilos of gammon, which is boned and rolled gammon off the bone. Okay, so I'll repeat that again. 45 kilos of gammon, minced beef, 30 kilos, chicken, 100 chickens.
Don't just order a chicken. There are chickens and chickens. There are poussins, there are capons, there are big fat chickens, boiling chickens, small roasters. Chickens aren't just chickens. You can't just order 100 chickens and expect some kind of homogenous bird to fly in.
The chickens that arrived were almost turkey-sized. In fact, they were so big you could only fit 4 of them in the industrial oven. And he had ordered 100 of them. A horror story.
Just a quick update. We made the wrong assumption, which is put us slightly in the shit. The main responsibility now is to get the pizzas done. Absolutely.
When people know they're in the shit, so to speak, they know to try and get themselves out of it, and they try and scapegoat other people, and they try to talk about the good things, and it's not a big deal, a few chickens extra here and there, and I was like, no, it's a massive deal. This is going to be big. This is going to be hilarious.
I mean, yes, we are in the shit. We need to find a solution.
The point was, there was a sort of a turkey-sized chicken for every pizza, and pizza only had 6 slices, so you had a sixth of a turkey-sized chicken for every pizza. It's nonsense. So there's 100 chickens and 100 chicken tikka pizzas. Chicken per pizza.
That is...
Sounds quite a big...
That sounds like a lot of chicken.
It's too many chickens. We went on board.
A chicken per pizza? I mean, it would have been like a breast forming over this big pizza.
That simple calculation of 100 chickens for 100 chicken pizzas is totally ridiculous.
We were told that we were going to have 500,000 people, and that's why I ordered 100 chickens.
No, you fool!
Did one of his brain cells fall out of his head and just leave one in there? Because that is so obvious that you don't need a whole chicken for a pizza.
Saeed's over-ordering blew the budget. No amount of selling could turn his mountain of chickens into a profit.
Disaster recovery was just too big to manage, and we weren't going to do it. As soon as we realised, it was just too late to pull it back.
Anyone interested in pizza for this evening? Okay.
I could sell a piece of pizza to everyone in London and we wouldn't make a profit. It was so bad, it was hilarious.
Pound a slice, here we go. Come on, guys, who wants it? Pound a slice, fantastic.
They never had a prayer of making any money, and they didn't.
You give me £2, I'll give you pizza for nothing.
Pound a slice of pizza. Slice of pizza,
ladies,
come on, look, we also
slice
got drinks as well.
I remember volleying chickens into the Thames at the end of the night and throwing chickens in the back of someone's bike.
I've been in a lot of, obviously, boardrooms with Sir Alan and Margaret. I've never seen him so angry.
You messed it up, didn't you? You messed it up.
I've learned a lesson, Sir Alan, definitely.
I'm bloody sure you've learned a lesson. There's no question of that. It's a wonder why the lesson came so late, because from what I can understand, you've been in the restaurant business before, haven't you?
I have. I've managed restaurants.
You managed under Marco Pierre White or something, the Titanic. There's another bloody disaster you're in now. Business is not about come in, piss my money up the wall. Oh, never mind. Sorry, you lost it. Now you learned you won't do it again.
How did he not get fired based on that?
Thank you, Sir Alan. Thank you for the opportunity.
Cheeky bastard, thank you for the opportunity.
I think he was fond of me, you know, from a business sense. So Alan saw a lot of him in me.
For aspiring apprentices, another decision is know your market.
This set on the wall that's called Very Cool Family Album.
In Series 3, plunged into the market for art, two of the strongest candidates let their own taste colour their judgment.
I think most art is bollocks.
Stupid titties and fish.
I totally lost my voice, and I did want to just go outside and weep because I didn't make my sale. She's really pushed the boundaries of where she's at with this stuff.
Here you had two bunches of people who knew nothing about either art or photography, suddenly required to sell it and make the best fist of it that they could.
I just feel that we need to be very much more aware, and art is very strong and very powerful.
Nipples just don't need it at all, and who the hell wants to see them with fish laying across them anyway? Isn't that the most off-putting picture you could ever imagine?
Because of his no bullshit manner, he just couldn't cope with it. It was almost as though this task had been designed for Trey.
There are certain pieces of art which just make no sense to me. And that was the problem I had with a lot of the art. I couldn't sell something I thought was rubbish.
All of her paintings have got parts of the body, and you're excluding them because there are tits on them.
Yeah, but how do tits fit into it? The whole part of the body
it's all
is to show
body.
the entwinement.
Yeah, but
Naomi, I'll put them up for you, but then I'm not going to sell them. To me, it was crass and unnecessary. And that's when I really thought, oh, this is going to be a little bit difficult because I'm going to have to make a story up around it. But I did. As with every story, you begin with the title, A Fish's Tale. And then you walk from there and then you go straight into the significance of the art in terms of the callous disregard for the ocean.
Trey had to be in that basement for 3-4 hours. You might as well enjoy every moment of it and put his own bit of bull into it. So I think fair play to you.
There's a guy not believing in it and absolutely bullshitting in front of people who regularly come to art galleries and probably know what they're looking for, know what they're talking about.
The woman has the ability to give birth and the ocean has the ability to give birth.
The womb of the sea producing fruit.
We essentially crucify ourselves by crucifying the ocean.
The ocean gives birth to us and stuff like that, or whatever it was.
Much like a piranha, it's a small bite that ends in total annihilation and essentially decapitation of mankind from the ocean.
Fantastic.
How was that for you, good man?
Great. You didn't even take a breath. That's
I know that they say a story behind it and it was emotion and rage. It's crap.
If Trey was a fish out of water, Katie thought she was in her element.
Bring us into your world. It'd be brilliant just to know you.
I think Katie in particular got carried away with the whole idea of glamour and this arty world and that sort of thing, and lost sight of what they were actually there to do.
My job was to compliment them, to make them believe that we really wanted to work with them, and to make them believe that they were our first choice. That's what I was trying to do, and that's why I went art critic crazy. What drove you to this? What was the inspiration, really? Who are you?
Katie was on drugs or on another planet or trying to become an art critic. I haven't got a clue, but she talks a lot of shit, and that was just an absolute cast iron example of the shit that she talks.
The work is really the story of the ocean and the life within.
Oh.
Oh, what a fucking idiot.
We are passionate about making this work. If you can just bring us into your world and let us understand how this happened, where have you come from.
Oh, let me get into your world. Let me see what you're all about. We want to see what you, the artist, is all about.
How you came about to this and all of that stuff. It would be brilliant just to know you.
Katie was wetting her knickers over the excitement of being in the presence of a great American photographer of whom no one in London had ever heard.
For me, the lips are, the sort of centre of communication, but they're also sensual, they're also sexual.
I think you went into a kind of I'm an artist mode here on this particular task. You wanted to get in with the art mob and all that type of stuff and forgetting about the killer point of selling stuff, really.
Born to schmooze, Katie dismissed everyone on her team, not least car salesman Adam.
I wouldn't even see Adam as a contender to sell Fiat Puntos at a car sales lot.
How many have you sold so far then, Ivan?
I haven't sold any of these. This is the first time they're being offered for sale.
Adam had all the